I'm 20 years old, so I got into trading like 1.5 years ago. I've learned that setting myself expectations and goals about trading will only make things worse. Because when we are so close to that goal, the emotions are like unbearable. Really important for me, and that helped me a lot, is to create yourself a very personalized, detailed entry checklist. Because most of the emotional setups are really bad setups.
Hello, dear TTP audience. Today we have Oliwier with us doing the success story. Oliwier got 15 rewards from the trading pit, and we are really excited to have this conversation today. Oliwier, hello. Thank you so much for joining
Hello,
us.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hi, guys.
So let's start from the first question. Oliwier, can you just tell us about yourself? Where are you from? What is your background? How old are you? How long are you in trading in general?
So I'm 20 years old. So I got into trading like 1.5 years ago. Just after I graduated the high school, I decided to like move out from my home city to the studies, and then I've decided to step up my life completely. I decided to like find any way to basically get the living there, and to not rely completely on my parents, as most of people my age do. Um, and then I was scrolling through TikTok or Instagram Reels and so on. I was seeing basically a lot of this stuff, like people getting Lambos and stuff. But I just really didn't really go for it. But then when I graduated the high school, I was in the summertime. I was really bored, and I thought like maybe I can start it. I was following more and more channels. I was watching YouTube videos. And then one day I've found Fabio from the Trading Academy on Instagram, and that's when it really kicked me in. I joined the Discord server. I was learning a lot of stuff, and then the studies came. That was the one of the hardest, like the hardest time in my life, basically, because I was getting into the rhythm of studying so hard in my studies. And at the same time, I was really focusing on trading. Like I had basically no spare time left. I was really a lot of sleepless nights. I was grinding all the time. And in the winter time of 2025, I got into this rhythm where I was just analyzing the markets in the morning, and then I was going on my day with the school and everything. Of course, I was not profitable yet, but I was in the rhythm. I know it's possible for me to do this. So then, like the summer 2025 kicked in, and then I had really a lot of time to grind the trading because the studies were over. And this was the time that it really kicked in, because I was finally getting those first profits in my small private account that I've created beforehand. And then I just decided to start with the challenges, and yeah, that's where it really came all the way up to where I am now, and of course many more to come.
That is really inspiring story, especially that you were 20 years old, so you decided to start grinding from the very beginning of your adult life. It's really inspiring to a lot of people, for sure. However, you know 100% that trading is a hard thing. It's not a 1 week learn some YouTube videos and then you're gonna be profitable, right? You need to go through experience, you need to watch on the markets, you need to learn new strategies, backtest, etc., analyze your data. What was the moment for you? So you were describing the story when you started grinding, you started learning more. What was the moment when you realized, aha, now I can start growing profits, I can start growing my accounts, growing my funded capital? What was this moment when you realized, yes, it works for me and trading is the thing I know how to do?
So basically, I was really up and down with my personal account. I started trading like this 1.5 years ago by creating a small personal account. I didn't want to start from the demo account, since I wanted to practice the psychology as well, not just this capital and mechanical strategy, because when we are training demo accounts, we don't really feel the psychological pressure. So I decided to just put those $200 onto the account and just see my progress. Was trading the smallest possible lot sizes. And then the February came. Of course, I was losing basically a lot of times throughout the first period. But then the February came, and when the February came, my original goal was to earn enough from this 200K account to afford a first challenge. And then the February came. I was like 90% to my goal already for like within like two weeks. So I was really feeling all over the moon with that. But then like I got into the terrible losing streak. The psychology kicked in as well. I was risking more and more. I was very inconsistent about this. And I lost basically all. I've blowed this from not being 90% to my goal. I've blowed everything in this account I had. And then I was feeling, I tasted the life I wanted already then, and I knew that it is possible. It is possible in the future to achieve that. That's not like really random at all. And then I decided to take the mentorship classes inside the trading academy. And then I've decided to open the small account once again, this time with $100 because the money was tight. And I was seeing very consistent results. Of course, I was journaling my whole process through this. And when I've got over the 40% win rate on my oldest private account, and also on backtesting, it was a little bit more, but of course the emotions are not playing the role in backtesting. And then I've decided, okay, I have enough data, I can start the first challenge. Also, I've learned that setting myself expectations and goals about trading will only make things worse. Because when we are so close to that goal, the emotions are like unbearable. It's very hard to control things. And I was just starting small and was focused strictly on the win rate, not the outcome, not the P&L, strictly on win rate and the strategy itself. And I've got like 1 month of live markets data, and I've decided with my win rate, I am profitable and I can take the challenge. And matter of fact, I passed this first challenge I got. And yeah, that was like the biggest breakthrough this summer 2025.
So it was a long journey. So it's 3 months of ups and downs, getting almost reaching the goal and then losing it back again and then trying one more time, right?
Yeah. Agree.
So specifically in trading, I'm 100% sure you can agree that a lot of traders, they will experience ups and downs throughout the journey. And it's gonna be all the time, right? You cannot take profits every day, and you will have losing periods, you will have losing weeks, months, maybe couple of months. And this is the part of the industry, right? What would you say helped you in these ups and downs to stay consistent, to believe in your goal, to try hard, work hard, backtest, journal, analyze data? And what helped you in this moment to keep going, to push harder?
Um, the biggest thing that was keeping me going is my vision about the life I'm aiming for, and the life and my goals. Like, I knew that I am still studying, so if everything will go like absolutely terrible for me, at least I would have like still will be going to study like everyone else, and will get the job like everyone else. um and that was like, okay, I can try to do this, I will try to do this. Nobody is going to get there within the first months of trading. So also very helpful quote for me was that Fabio from the Trading Academy as well said that every traders have a path that first they are like that they are losing, but then they have this moment when they are up, and then they hit the rock bottom, and from the rock bottom is the way is only up. And this really stick into my mind, and 100% agreed, because I was already in this third phase, about to hit the rock bottom. Then I in fact hit it. And from there, in fact, as well, the way is only up. So it's not completely bad to lose everything in quickly, because you also learn. You also learn a lot. And the greatest thing is that beforehand you can taste the life, so you know that it is possible, and this is what kept me going there. Because if I would lose it immediately, I don't know if I would get up. But since I taste the life that I want to achieve, it was easier for me to believe that it is possible with even bigger scales.
Yeah, that's I totally agree with you, and it's really important to have this vision in the future where you want to be. So it helps all the time. You have kind of energy inside you, which is pushing you to go through these difficulties and keep going. However, you were describing the story how you just got into it. So, as every trader who is just getting into the industry, he goes through the stages of ups and downs. He's learning how do emotions work, etc. So, after that, you actually reached some results. You started getting accounts, you started scaling your capital, right? You started getting some rewards. And how does it work for you now? So, it's completely normal that we don't have take profits on a daily basis. What helps you now to stay calm and disciplined and not let your emotions drive some bad decisions?
Basically, that is really important for me, and that helped me a lot, is to create yourself a very personalized, detailed entry checklist. You don't have to share it with anyone. You don't have to like look for other people what they have in their checklist. They're just for you. So, from your experience, you just create the entry checklist where you have like some boxes that are up to your preference and your strategy, and you just check them before you have the urge to put the trade in your MetaTrader or any other software. Just simply uh, get yourself those 1 minute or something to just check those boxes, and then you have the full sheet that you are looking for, and you see what boxes are not checked. And this is like, because most of the emotional setups are really bad setups. Not like not like, for example, when you have exposure and you just want to have bigger exposure, bigger profits, greed. So you take a lot of high quality setups to get there, but those are like really, really low quality setups. And then you have this checklist, and you see that like every two of the boxes are not checked. So like the setup is not really valid. And then you just, when you see this, it immediately, the emotions immediately let go, and you don't want to take the setup anymore when you have like black and white that it will not work. And
Yeah.
when you see like only the major boxes are checked, that's the setup where you are like, okay, I will take it, but maybe not. But this is really helps you graduate those setups, and those emotional setups are always going to be bad. You will have like 30% of the boxes checked off, and that's no point of taking that setup, because this is like the loser setup from the spot. And yeah, having this mechanical entry checklist.
Really, that's really useful, I think, and it will help. I think a lot of traders it will help to have this kind of mechanical structure which you have to follow. And if you see that something is not checked off, you don't enter the trade, right? So you just skip the day and you say to yourself, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
That's really nice idea, and I think it's going to be useful for a lot of traders. So, if you would need to describe your trading strategy, the thing that you trade on a daily basis, in just one sentence or two sentences, what would you say is the most important part of your trading strategy?
Um, like I cannot say one thing about my trading strategy, one component, because like everything is very important. And I just focus on, first of all, I focus on market structure. Whenever we are trading up or down, I just, that's obviously when we are trading up, you want to long the pair, and if we are trading down, you want to short it. Then I focus on the impulses, because like every like break of structure is one impulse. And inside this impulse, you have a lot of like so-called bumps in the road when the liquidity lies. Those are basically like, if we are trading up, those are the red candles and some wicks, some imbalances, and this is where the liquidity lies. Also some consolidation. Then I use the premium versus discount. That's the 50% Fibonacci retracement tool, to identify when those impulses are. When we are trading up, when the market structure is bullish, ultimately those bump in the roads have to be below the 50% of the Fibonacci retracement. Because this is where the discount prices are. So you want to buy cheap, and in reverse, when we are trading down, you want to sell from premium prices, so above 50% of Fibonacci retracement. And also I use supply and demand zones. Those are basically sell down before big buys up, that breaks market structure. And ultimately those zones, to be very strong, need to swipe the liquidity. So whenever we have some rangy price action, ultimately the supply zone, we need to swipe the liquidity below the range and then break the market structure. That's when the really, really strong supply and demand zones are. So this is my strategy.
So would you say that for you, it makes sense for you to follow fundamental rules of your strategy, which is like pretty easy to explain, and the main thing is to not overcomplicate things, but rather just to have a clear set of clear rules which you're following on a daily basis, right?
Yeah, agree. Also, for the entry model, because I kind of cut short my sentence. For the entry model, I like always to have an order flow switch. As it comes to supply and demands, they are also going with the chains, right? So like, it's not always that it's supply zone and then it's rockets up higher. So when the market comes to my point of interest, I need to see this order flow change, so-called also fractal structure break sometimes. And then this is my entry model. We created then the fresh supply zone or slash demand zone, and from there I'm happy to long it stops below the low. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. I guess a lot of traders, they have this idea in mind that you need to have 100 rules where you need to do certain things, what to not do, what to avoid. But in reality, we can see that a lot of profitable traders, they have 4, 5, 6 simple rules which they're following on a daily basis. And it's really easy to understand and to explain. And the main idea is to stay disciplined and do the same thing on a daily basis.
Yeah,
Great.
I agree.
Let's talk about prop firms. How did you find out about prop firms, about the trading pit, and what did you like about the idea of getting a funded trader?
So first, I would still like to start. Where do I heard about the trading pit? I heard it from the academy directly, because, as I know, you guys are very closely in very close partnership with the trading academy. So therefore, it was promoted there, and I really liked your prop firm. I think it's the best in the industry. And about trading the prop firms, I really like that it's not required to have a huge capital to get a lot of profits, because of course many people they don't have access to $100,000, $50,000, $200,000. Like myself, for example, I was only able to afford those $200 accounts. And basically for the fractional price, you get to trade huge capital. And the scale ups are like limitless. The sky is the limit, basically, in the prop firms, that most of the people will never be able to afford from the personal capital.
Great. So you like the idea of having this risk management in this kind of risk management idea that you're not risking the full amount, you're just risking the initial investment, right? And
Yeah,
you don't need to put in the personal capital $100,000. You have just this small initial investment, and then you pass the challenges and you get access to more capital,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Agree.
What would you say about the trading rules which are applied on challenges, on phases, also on the earnings phase? The risk management trading rules such as daily loss limit, maximum drawdown limit, etc. Do they help you, especially in the beginning when you just start trading? How did you manage these rules? What helped you to understand the rules, and what helped you to stay consistent in these ranges?
Um, I think that those rules are like when it's that simple as in trading pit, that is very easy to follow actually. But a lot of prop firms, they overcomplicate those rules later in the stage. So that's why the trading pit is, I think they have the best rules in the industry. And to stay consistent for about it for me is that I've tracked my win rate, and my win rate is around 50%. So therefore, to, for example, blow a challenge, I'm risking around 2% per trade on challenges. So therefore, to blow the challenge, I would need to have like for one phase, I would have to have for losing streak. But I'm doing the AB structure, which is I buy two challenges at the same time, and I put one trade on the on the first challenge, second trade goes to the second challenge, and I do so on so forth. Therefore, to blow one challenge, I need to lose 8 setups in a row, which with 50% win rate gives me like very low probability to do so. And on my funded accounts, I risk 1%. And also, when I have two funded accounts, I also do A and B. First trade on the one funded account, second trade on the second funded account. So therefore, risking 1% with 50% win rate, it is even less probable to blow a funded account like that. So I just stick to those rules, never risk more, never risk less, and it's so far so good. It's working.
Great, great, cool. I'm really happy to hear that that is working for you. So, what would be the asset of your choice? What is the best asset which you, if you need to eliminate all assets in the world and trade just one, which one would you choose?
Uh, I was trading for a long period of time the forex pairs, but I have to say my heart goes to silver. I love how it moves. I love how impulsive is that. It's like gold, but it gives for the strategy. It gives a lot better of entries. And really, I have a close to 100% win rate with this. It gave me like 16% return from December only. So yeah, if I would have to eliminate
Wow,
every other
that's
asset,
really
yeah,
cool.
silver would stay with me for sure.
This is definitely a trend right now because in the recent year we have seen that gold, silver, and copper, basically all three major metals in commodities, they're growing all the time. They're reaching new all-time highs almost on a daily basis, right? And you picked up silver specifically, not copper, not gold. Did you like something specifically about silver, then gold, then copper?
Actually, I'm not trading fundamentals that much, but what I've heard about silver, and I fully understand this and fully agree with this, is that okay, gold is gold, and this is very safe asset, but the gold is already very expensive. But silver compared to gold, the ratio there is really favorable for silver, and there's very limited supply of silver in Earth, but the demand is constantly growing with the AI, with a lot of technologies. Demand for silver is basically growing day by day, and also the silver. Yeah, as I basically explained that there's a very limited supply of silver, and to build such a, for example, silver mine, because silver mostly is mined by accident with, for example, copper mines, that they accidentally found silver. And to build the silver mine, it will take around 50 years, and the demand will not stop, because as the technology goes on, the silver is just more used, because the gold is too expensive to use in those. And also sometimes silver is better, so therefore I'm expecting still a lot higher prices for silver. In 2026, definitely.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes, because metals, they're growing really fast.
Yeah.
And, it's very important to keep an eye on these assets, right? They're really hyping. They're really hyping in the recent time.
I agree.
Cool. I'm really happy to hear that you could catch this hype on metals, and silver really works for you. Almost 100% win rate and 16% return since December. It's crazy numbers. I'm really happy for you to hear that. Great. Let's talk about some losses, right? It's cool. It's good to have a nice statistics on silver. However, we have losses as well. Imagine you're getting a stop loss, and of course, we are human. We will all have emotions, right? We cannot eliminate them emotions. We just can control our actions. What would you say, which advice would you give to other traders on how to build this disciplined, consistent emotion control after losses, after losing streaks, to not start revenge trading, to avoid ego trading, to have less impact from your emotions on the chart?
So after the losing trade, I like to, for example, go for a walk, or maybe take a shower, to like rethink what I did wrong, because as we got the losses, like the chart is constantly on the mind, and then when we rethink that, if this one single loss will affect our trading performance, if this one single loss would matter in the next 10 months, for example, you get to the conclusion that it really doesn't matter. And to because of course we want to make it back as quickly as possible, but we are kind of tasting the previous question. um, to prevent the revenge trading, FOMO trading, anger trading, I use also the trading checklist helps. Because also from this revenge trading, those are also very bad setups. And then then you can ask yourself, you see this sheet with not with a lot of boxes not checked, and then you have to ask yourself, do you want to lose another position? Of course, everyone would say that no, that they don't want to lose another one. So just close the trading view and just call it a day, reset, go back to the morning again, and don't quit. That is like also very important. Don't quit, because if you quit, then there's 100% guarantee that you're not gonna make it. But if you stay consistent, stay disciplined, show up every day, that's where you are gonna make it. So yeah, one loss in the perspective of like
For sure.
couple months, couple years, like really doesn't matter.
For sure. For sure. Great. I thank you very much for your advice, and to all of the traders who would like to hear that advice. Consistency and discipline should be everywhere. And if you have a structured checklist, structured trading strategy, structured plan, how do we want to execute everything, you will avoid a lot of bad emotions. And if you still have them, the best advice is just walk away from charts, close the computer, go outside for a walk, take a shower, and the next day be fresh and prepared for the market.
Yeah,
Great,
agree.
Oliwier. The last question, the most important question for you. Imagine you can come back in time and see yourself in the beginning of your trading journey. And you can say one advice to yourself in the beginning of the trading journey. What would you say?
If I were to choose the one advice, it would be definitely, as this is the main theme of this interview, create this checklist. That would be the number one advice. And also don't quit, don't give up, because at the end you will make it. And that's the most important thing. The losses beforehand doesn't really matter. They are just they are just a lesson that everyone had to go through. And yeah, don't quit, don't give up, and create the checklist once again.
Great. We will call this interview "Create the Checklist." It's really needed for you. Great. It's really cool to hear that such just one detail, such as checklist, helped you in everything. It helped you control emotions. It helped you control your trading plan. It helped you control to manage your position, everything. Just the checklist and consistently making sure that you fill out everything. Great, Oliwier. Thank you so much for the interview. It was really, really nice to talk with you. 15 rewards, and you showed an incredible consistency and discipline in your performance. We are really happy to have you with us, such a great trader. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, and have a nice day.
Great.